Please wait all of you 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, I'll start today's session. Right, let's start today's session. In the last session, we discussed about how to install Python software and how many ways to write Python script and it. This is the things we discussed in the last session. Different ways to write Python code and execute. So option number 1, using interactive mode. Option number 2, script mode. And option number 3, directly you can use Python IDLE software, integrated development learning environment. And final option number 4 is PyCharm editor. So in our session currently, I'm going to use PyCharm editor only. So we discussed in the last session how to download PyCharm editor and how to install it and how to write a program using PyCharm editor, how to prepare project, everything we discuss in session. Okay, so now today what I'm trying to do, let me open our project first. To open your project in PyCharm editor, first you can flip to PyCharm editor here. Okay, so go to search and PyCharm. So you'll be able to see this PyCharm community edition here. And when we hit this PyCharm community edition, by default, what was the last project you open in this editor, that project is going to open by default. Just wait 1 minute. So almost it is going to open. The PyCharm community editor it is. This editor, how to download and install. In my last lecture, I have covered clearly each and everything step by step. And those who missed last session, you can watch my last session video on YouTube channel, Durgasoft YouTube channel. Now you can see it's loading Python full stack 9 AM project. But actually this is not your project. In the morning, at last what project I opened, that project it is going to be open now. So recently, which project you are working on it, that project will open directly when we go for PyCharm editor. This is not your project. Okay. So in the last session, I created one project in PyCharm editor that I'm going to open now. To open your existing project, that means already available project, then simply go to file menu in PyCharm editor. So you should go to file menu in PyCharm editor. After that, it will ask you to open your project. So click on file menu. It's not ready now. Still scanning the files of PyCharm editor. Once it is ready, it will allow you to open any project. So look at here, file menu, and here new project is there, open option is there. Already I created new project. So in the last session, let's click on open option. to open existing project, you should click on open, and where I created your project in F drive only. So let's go to F drive, expand this. Now you can see Python full stack 9 p.m. This is your project name. This project, I'm going to select this. And after that, it will ask you to open this project. Are you preferring this window? Means project will open this window only. Or else you want to go for new window, completely it will open new window. Or else you want to attach your project to this project only. Yes, we can attach multiple project in the same location only. Which project you want to work, you can work on it, or else you can cancel it. So let's go for this window only. I want to override my project in place of Python full stack 9 a.m. Let's go for this window. Now it's opening now. So this is your project. Right now what you are looking in this editor. So in the last session, we added only one file that is called test.py file into this Python full stack 9 a.m. If you want to execute this test.py file, how to do this? Simply right click on test.py tab. Right click on test.py tab and click on run test. So you'll be able to execute your code, and this code a value 10, print a, print type of a, the result is available in this environment. So this is what actually test.py file. Directly can run this. There are so many options are there to execute this file. So next, to add more files, simply right click on Python full stack 9 p.m. Go to new Python file. I'm trying to add one more file called test1. So once I type test1, then hit the enter button. Now test1.py file is added. So to write code in test1.py, simply you can type print. So I can say hello. So this you want to execute test1.py. Simply right click on test1.py, hit the run button. So that's all. So easily we can able to run this code in this PyCharm editor. So the advantage of PyCharm editor is what you know. Every time you can visit the PyCharm editor. Here we can prepare new files, add any code and execute it, and check it. So everything we can do in one location. If you go through any Notepad editor or any other editor, or any other editor, you have to write there and save with the .py, and you have to go to command prompt and open that file and pass the command like Python space test.py like that. So here very simple way to manage this total editor clearly. So this is the introduction of PyCharm editor, how to manage, how to write code and all. Now coming to this, today topic is completely fundamental concepts I'm going to discuss in Python programming. What are the fundamental concepts are there? Fundamental concepts in Python. These are the fundamental concepts, sir. You should not ignore. Compulsory, you have to take care of these fundamental concepts. What is the first fundamental concepts in the sense? Python indentation, sir. Python indentation. This is most important fundamental concept. Most of the beginners will get confused in this context. Python indentation level, how to match. I'll explain you clearly. Next, fundamental concepts is comments in Python. Next, keywords or reserved words in Python. Next, identifiers in Python. Next, variables. Then finally, multiple assignments. This is the thing. These are the 6 fundamental concepts today I'm going to discuss. And each and every fundamental concept is important. So before going to include in the logical programming, compulsory you should aware these fundamental concepts compulsory. Don't ignore this fundamental concept, okay? Yes. First, let's talk about Python indentation. Before going to discuss about Python indentation, I need to discuss some things related to other programming languages. Like if you take C language or C++, Java, okay, and C#.NET, any other languages, generally to consider a block of code, programmers will use curly brackets. So for example, this code is not going to work in Python, sir. Just I want to explain how other programming language code is look like. Int I equals to 10. This is simple variable declaration and value. I'm writing if condition. If I equals to 10. I'm comparing this. After if condition, they'll use some curly brackets. This curly brackets meaning is what? This is the if block code only. So for example, if it is Java, system.out.println true. If condition is true, then control should execute, control should jump into if block only. This is the block consideration purpose we use curly brackets. And let's go for else block. Again, in else block starts with open curly bracket, close curly bracket, system.out.println, that is false. Strictly remember, this code is not going to work in Python. I'm just saying this code is just for explanation how Python indentations are different and other languages indentations are different. Okay, so look at here, int I equals to 10. I declare one variable. I'm comparing this I value 10 equal to 10. Here equal to relational operator. Even in Python, we will discuss in our upcoming session operators concept also. So I equals to 10 means matching. If it is matching, this condition is true, control will jump into if block. So you will get result is true. In case if it is not matching, control will jump into else block. Then it will execute system.out.println false only. Just observe here, in other languages, like if you take any existing languages like C, C++, Java, C#.NET, programmers will use indentation purpose, open curly bracket, close curly brackets. So where open curly bracket started and close curly bracket started, in between what statements you write, these statements are belongs to what? If block only. These statement is belongs to what? Else block only. To consider a block of code in other languages, they will use curly brackets. Okay, but in Python, to consider a block of code, we use indentation instead of curly brackets. Indentation means generally 4 spaces. Why I'm giving specifically 4 spaces means by default, maximum editors will take indentation levels while writing Python script 4 spaces only. 4 spaces only. So how it is indentation levels are required, where we use exactly this, we will discuss now. So Python indentation means I'm concluding that 4 spaces. Let's see this practical implementation. So other language programmers will use open curly brackets, close curly brackets, consider the block of code. But here in Python, this will not work out. To consider a block of code in Python, we use 4 white spaces. Okay, yeah. So this is just an example to show you, compared to other languages, how Python indentation is look like. This code will not work out in Python. And now you can see I'm going to write code in Notepad. Why I will not recommend to write code in Notepad in the initial stage of programming, especially Python programming. Now you'll understand that. So why it's not recommend initial stage of Python programming. So let's open Notepad here. You know that it is a plain text editor. I'm writing simple script in Python. In Python, declaration of the variable is look like int I equals to 10. There is no semicolon, not required at all. And I'm writing if I equals to 10, colon is compulsory. So don't concentrate on the Python if syntax, else syntax. Okay. In our upcoming session, we'll discuss clearly if else syntax, how it will be in Python. But here my intention is very clear to explain indentation, not explain how if condition, else condition will work. Okay. So when I type in Notepad, if I equals 10 after colon, press enter, cursor is blinking in the first line only. So there onwards, I can type as usual, print true only. After that, I'm just going to else block. I'm writing else block, print false. I'm writing here. You can see false. Done. This is my Python script. It's look like very clear because if I equals to 10, I equals to 10 comparison true, then it will print true. Otherwise, it will print what? False. Let's save it. How to save it? You know that. File menu, click on simply save. Once you click on save it, and it will ask you to save the location. I'm selecting desktop as per my convenience. I'm giving in my desktop test.py file. Enter this. Let's minimize this because I have to edit it later. Okay. Now test.py file is ready, sir. This file is ready to execute. How to execute this file? Go to command prompt simply. I'm just going to command prompt, and my file is present on desktop. I have to move to desktop. You know how to move to desktop. CD space, simply desktop. And to execute Python programs, you can use Python space test.py file is required. Python space test.py. But according to my code in this editor, Notepad editor, what is the result you're expecting, sir? True only, because I value 10 equal to 10. Comparing is true. True should come. But what it will come, finally you can see this after hitting the enter button. Is there any result? No result. What is the error? Indentation error. Expected an indented block after if statement on line number 2. Okay. Yes. So this is the problem, sir, when we write Python code in Notepad only. Because in Notepad, there is no warnings and suggestions while writing Python script because there is no IntelliSense. So as usual, cursor where it is blinking, from there we can keep on typing like this. Again, the problem will arise. Okay. So what is the problem here? Actually, this code is logically correct, but indentationally not correct. Okay. Alignment way, it is not correct. It's not proper alignment. It is. Okay. So why? Because this, if you write like this print statement is completely individual statement. It's not considered as if block. This print is not belongs to else block. It's not considered as else block only. So every line here, individual line, it will treat it as what? Individual line only. So that's the reason you will get indentation error. So to consider a block of code in Python, we use what? Indentation. Indentation means what? 4 spaces. Here I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces I'm giving after if block. And here also I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces I'm giving. After providing spaces, let's save it. Once save it, now this time you can see you will get proper output value. This print is belongs to which block? Else if block. This print is belongs to which block? Else block now. So because of I'm leaving some spaces now, this will be considered as a indentation levels. So instead of curly brackets, open curly brackets, close curly brackets, we are using in Python, this is indentation only. This indentation levels are matching now. So this will be work fine, sir, now, because indentation levels are matching. This print is belongs to if block, this print is belongs to else block only. Let's go back to our command prompt and let's run this again. Python space test.py. So what is the result you're looking, sir? True. Got it or not? Yes, we got successful result, true only, because based on condition. What is this condition? If I equals to 10, print true only. In case my value is 100, 100 equal to 10 not correct, it will go to where? Else block only. Control S and go back to command prompt and execute this py space test.py also possible. Python space test.py or py space test.py. You can use both the ways. False is there. So have you noticed that what is the problem when we write code in Notepad plain text editor? If you know the proper syntaxes of Python so that you can write clearly code. If you don't know that, then it is typical to manage. Even you cannot recognize the errors while writing code only. After completion of execution, only will come to know where is the error, what is the problem actually. Okay, you have to wait for execution completion only to see the errors or mistakes in your program. So this is not good practice in the initial stage of Python especially, so that I strongly recommend to use proper editor tool like PyCharm, VS Code like that. And sir, compulsory this 4 spaces? No sir, at least 1 space is required. Look at here, at least 1 space I'm giving here. And even no need to match the spaces here. 1 space I'm giving here, 3 space I'm giving, no problem. You can give it, no problem at all. Here you can see 3 spaces I'm giving. So space is at least 1, maximum any number of spaces you can use. This will work again. Command prompt. cd desktop py space test.py. Now we got this result or not? Yes, simple. So compulsory one space is required, at least one, but the maximum any number of spaces, that is according to your requirement. Even this will also work. It will also work, but it's not looking good structure, no? So it will work fine, but it will not good structure. So at least one space is required. And minimum 4 space. Why 4 spaces I am recommending means because most of the editors by default it will take 4 spaces only. Okay, so this is the problem when we write code in Notepad editor. If you know indentation level how to manage, you can also write code in Notepad editor. But look at here, same code if I'm trying in PyCharm editor, see this, how it is comfort. I equals to 10. If I equals to 10. Then you can see as soon as when we hit the enter button, cursor is blinking after leaving indentation spaces or not. Yes. So this is the beauty of editor. So press enter, cursor is blinking over there. So don't move cursor back. Again, you will get trouble. True means true it is. And after that else block I'm using. Again, indentation levels are taking by default false only. So let's run this code and you will get clear output true. Because automatically indentation levels are going to be takes place in PyCharm editor. So what is this indentation level? 4 spaces only, sir. You can see here when we select this in the bottom corner of PyCharm editor, you can see 4 spaces is there. Bottom right side corner, I'm placing mouse pointer. 4 spaces is there. Indent 4 spaces is there. So at least 1 space is enough. But by default, it will take what? 1 space only. 4 space only. So here 1 space I'm giving, here 4 space I'm giving. It will work fine, sir. No issues at all. Okay. Even then, if you don't give any spaces here also, look at here, there is an indentation problem again. Even if I don't give any spaces here, look at here, again, indentation problem. Here also I'll get indentation error. Indentation error, expected an indented block after if statement on line number 3. In this, expecting 1 space and 1 space like this. At least 1 is enough, but by default in PyCharm editor, 4 spaces will take. Like this. So this is the indentation of Python. Okay. Only to consider a block of statements, if block or else block, or inside the for loop, inside the while loop, or inside the class, inside the function, what statements, group of statements you want to include, then you can maintain indentation only. So hope you understand this indentation, 4 spaces. Simple logic. In other languages, programmers will use curly brackets, open curly brackets, close curly brackets. In between what statements you are writing, one block, that is, if block or else block. But in Python, there is no such kind of things. We can use what? 4 spaces indentation levels only. That's all indentation. By practice, you will come to know that in our upcoming sessions also, because every time I'm going to use a lot of indentation levels when we go for class code and functions code and loops codes, like, okay, yeah. Now coming to the comment section in Python. So comments are very quite natural in every programming language, and it is a commonly used things section, comment section. But programming language to programming language, comment sections will be different only. So not will be same. Even if you go for HTML, comments are different. Even if you go for CSS, comment is different. Even if you go for C language, C++, comment section is different. Java, C# different. Now I'm using Python. How comment section we can include in Python, we'll see. But before that, I want to tell you something about comments. Why generally we use comment section? In general cases, I'm saying. In what cases we use comment section? Suppose you have already written some program, okay, some 10 lines, 15 lines code you have written, and in that few lines, if you don't want to execute, so you want to ignore some lines of code from the execution point of view, then that lines you can keep under the comment section only. So that whatever you keep the comment lines, your Python interpreter will ignore those lines from the execution. That means it will exclude from the execution. It won't execute. Again, whenever it is required to execute, you can uncomment it. So that is the purpose of comments. But other purpose is there. That is the main purpose actually. For example, as a programmer, if I write code in PyCharm editor, and later my code is going to be transferred to someone, okay, and some other programmer, my code can be transferred to some other programmer. Then when that some other programmers look my code, they may not understand because I have not leave that comment section at the time of writing my code. So how they can understand the code, how I create function, where I create function, where I'm calling function, how they know that. So just while writing your Python script, you can leave the comments while writing only, why you declare the function, where you are calling the function. If you mention comment lines over there, and other programmers also can understand easily after looking your program. So that is the purpose of comment section exactly. Even not only other programmers, today if you write some code like lengthy code, 20 lines, 30 lines of code you write, and after 10 days back, 10 days after, if you look back your code, then even you cannot understand properly why at the time we created some function and calling like that only. So better to write your description or comment section in your program only. So that is the comments uses purpose. And Python supports two types of comment section. Single line comment is there and multi-line comment is there. Always single line comment starts with as symbol. This is single line comment. And multi-line comments starts with triple quote, ends with triple quote, and you can include multi-lines here. Statement 1, like statement 2, any number of statement you can include in this multi-line. This is multi-line comments, we can say. But in general, Python don't have multi-line comments. It is look like string format only, but we can describe the multi-line comments starting with the triple quotes, ending with triple quotes only. But single line comment is there. This is has symbol only. Let's see this practically. Suppose this total code, in this I included some lines like hello is there and print welcome is there. This code is there. When we run this code, all lines code will execute here. Okay, according to this logic, true condition is executing, and line number 8, 9 also executing. Hello, welcome is coming clear. But we want to comment these two lines, line number 8 and 9. So how to give? Just has symbol you can start. So this is comment. So Python interpreter will exclude these two lines from the execution. It will not consider in the execution part only. It's true only. Only this code will execute. Later, if you want uncomment, you can remove it. And now you can see I'm trying to comment, excuse me, all these lines only, 2 to 6. Then we can consider better starting triple quote, ending triple quotes you can do. So in between how many lines you included, this is completely multi-line comments only. That will not execute. It will exclude from the output only. So this is the comment section in Python, sir. It is very simple and straightforward. There is no big deal actually. Okay. Yes. So if you want to write description also, you can use this comment section while writing. Before writing the code in your program, you can write description. And whenever you look back the code while writing description only, you can understand that, okay, clearly. So this is the comment section. Now coming to the keywords. Keywords are reserved words. These are also very important, sir. In every language, keywords and reserved words will play the vital role. So when we use keyword in our Python program, that means the keyword will convey a special message to the interpreter to do a particular task. For example, if I use a keyword called if keyword in my program, so interpreter will recognize that programmer used if keyword. That means he is going to test the condition. Like that information we can convey to the interpreter by using keywords or reserved words. Now you can see every programming language is having some reserved words. That words are going to reserve for something. For what thing that words are reserved, for that purpose only we have to use, and other purpose we cannot use. So each and every keyword is having a special meaning, and you have to use in certain situations only according to your program. So how to get keyword lists or complete keyword list in Python? So just two simple lines of code through, we will get all the keywords in Python. Let's look into this. This code can be work in any way, not only in this program. I'm trying to write keywords list. To bring keyword list, these two simple lines code you can write it. Import keyword is a library. Print keyword is a library name. .kw list is a class name. So this library dot class. Once I start hitting this run button, now you can see we are getting complete keyword list. On this is complete keyword list we are getting in Python. In current version, these many keywords are available: false, none, true, and so on. But make sure that Python is a case-sensitive programming language according to my previous discussion. So that's what: false F capital letter, none N capital letter, true T capital letter. These three are starting with capital letter, remaining rest of the keywords are all are lowercase only. And these all the keywords, each keyword is having a special meaning, and each keyword is reserved for something. For what purpose it's reserved, you have to use that purpose only. You can't use for other purpose. For example, def is a keyword. It is used to define a function. Only to define a function only you have to use this keyword. Suppose here class is a keyword. Class is a keyword means you have to use for class creation in object-oriented programming. Global is a keyword. To use global declaration, global variable declaration only. If is a keyword for testing the specific condition only. So every keyword is having special meaning. In case if you try to use any keyword as your variable, it will not work. Suppose assume that in my program, I'm trying to declare one variable I equals to 10. This is valid variable I. It's not a keyword. It will work, sir. Now you can say I value 10 is printing or not. Yes, it's printing I value 10. But in case my variable name is look like if, is this possible? No, undoubtedly no. Here, if is a keyword in Python. It's a built-in keyword. You can't use other purpose like your variable declaration purpose. We can't use this. So it will give you completely error. What error? Syntax error, invalid syntax, line number 5. This is not correct. Suppose in case if I try to do IFF, is this valid or not? Yes, it is valid, sir. Why? Because IFF is not a keyword. You are declaring this as your variable name. Yes, my variable name can be of any name. It's a valid only. This is okay. So ultimately what I'm saying, any keyword you can use in your Python script, but that keywords should have the special purpose or special meaning only. You can't use any keyword for declaring variable or your own purpose. No, it is not possible to use. And these two lines of code through, and first strictly remember, you can see import is also one of the keyword. I have already used it in my program, one keyword like import. Import is a keyword or not? Yes. Import keyword for what purpose? Importing the libraries. So I'm importing my library name called keyword. That's what I'm using, import keyword only. And these two lines of code, anywhere it will run. Okay. Yes. Even if you write these two lines of code in Notepad also, you can try to code Notepad. You'll see this. Just I'm writing code in Notepad and copy and paste it this code and save with the .py extension in desktop, like sample.py on desktop I'm saying. So in this sample.py, what is their import keyword? Print keyword.kw list is there. It will work, sir. When we load into command prompt, this code will work, no doubt at all. Just look at here. Python space test not sample. My file name is sample.py. We got keyword list or not here? So everywhere it will work here, this keyword list. Even if you go through Ideally software, your standard editor is there, no? Ideally, integrated development learning environment. Here in the interactive window also, you can write your keyword program, like import keyword.kw list only. It will work. So, but here printing is not required. Print option is not required. Import keyword, just type keyword.kw list only. We got this keyword list like this. So this is the keywords or reserved words. In every language, some keywords are there. Each and every keyword I'm going to discuss in our upcoming session. But situation need to be demand. Okay, I can't say directly this one by one keyword complete explanation now itself, because there is a specific meaning is there. According to our topic, we will include complete keywords. At the time of topic discussion, I will clearly point out this is the keyword which I'm using, what purpose also I'll explain you clearly. No worries at all. Let's move to our other topic, like identifiers. This is also most important fundamental topic, identifier. Identifier means it's a very simple. In Python programming, any name is called identifier. It can be a variable name or function name or class name, any name that is called identifier, we can say that. Simple logic. how I can identify you by your name, how you can identify me by my name. So same like in Python, how we can identify the variable, its name through, how we can identify the function name through, how we can identify the class name, its name through. So any name you can consider as identifier. But in Python, there are some rules to define identifier. Standard rules are there. Rules to define identifiers are. Rules to define identifier means rules to define names. To give any function name or class name or variable name, compulsory some standard rules are there. That rules you have to maintain. Rule number 1, identifier can be a lowercase or uppercase. We can use both cases. But make sure that identifiers are case sensitive. Case sensitive means if I declare my identifier like variable name or function name or class name in lowercase, how to access that? Lowercase through only. If I try to access uppercase, it will not work. So first two rules I'll explain. Rules to define identifiers, lowercase, uppercase we can use. But make sure that what case you are using, that case through only how to access, because identifiers are case sensitive only. Let me cover these two rules quickly here. For example, my variable name is employee ID, EMP ID I'm using, equals to 123. I'm trying to print employee ID. That's fine, because you declare in the small case and you are accessing into small case only. It's working fine, sir. No issues. For example, if I try to access into capital letter and we declare as a small letter, so it will not work out. So name error will come. Name error in the sense this EMP ID name is not defined. What name is defined? Small letter EMP ID defined, but you are trying to access into capital letter. So this is case sensitive. And most important thing is, if I declare capital letter, will it work or not? Yes, it will work. But what I recommend in Python programming, to declare any variable, better to use a lower cases only all the time. You may get doubt, why don't we use uppercase or it is working? No. What will happen if I give uppercase characters as a variable names in Python? Nothing will happen, but the convey is different. So those who know already Python, they will understand by looking this variable, they will think like that you declared as this variable as a constant only. What is that? Constant. So in other languages, const keyword is there. Constant meaning what? Once you declare your variable as constant, that means that value cannot be changed. But in Python programming, how to convey your message to other programmers? This is my constant means declare your variable name as completely capital letter. That will convey them. This is called constant only. That means value cannot change. But even if I declare my variable name is completely capital letters, it indicates that constant only, but there is no constant concept in Python. Even if other programmers wants to change your value, they can able to change their value only, its value only, because Python do not support any constant. Just for conveying the message to other programmers, yes, I am declaring my variable as constant. How we can say them? By declaring capital letters only. Unnecessarily don't use your variables names capital letters. If you give capital letter, that indicates that you declared as a constant variable. Okay, so this is the logic. So better to use lowercase only instead of uppercase. Even in our upcoming sessions also, some standard constant names all will be available in IntelliSense capital letters only. So that is called constant things only. But Python don't have any constant. These two are rule number 1, rule number 2. And rule number 3 is what? Rule number 3. Rule number 3, identifiers allow digits. Yes, while declaring identifiers, you can use digits also, like 0 to 9 digit. But make sure that identifier or any name should not start with a digit only. Should not start with digit. It should not start with the digits. So let's check out rule number 3 and rule number 4. Identifiers allow digits 0 to 9. Digits can be of anywhere, but except start. So you should not start with a digit. For example, my variable name is EMP1 ID2. Is this valid or not? Yes, it is valid, sir. EMP1 ID2. It is valid. In case if I use a digit in the starting point like 9 EMP1 ID1 ID2, Is this valid? No, sir, it is not valid. It is invalid. So identifier should not start with a digit. Identifier can have digit, but not starts with a digit. Okay, this is rule number 3 and 4. And rule number 5 and 6 is there. Identifier allow underscore. Underscore means this is underscore symbol. And identifier should not be two parts only. Identifier should not be two parts. Sir. If in case you want to maintain your variable name or class name two parts, compulsory we have to use underscore by combining them. So let's try to use my identifier two parts, EMP space ID. Is this valid? No, undoubtedly. It is not valid expression. To combine them, better to use what's a underscore only. This is underscore symbol to I combine. So this is the way to do this. Identifier should not be two parts. And identifier will allow underscore clearly. To combine the two parts of variable name or any name, we can better to use underscore symbol. But here, if an identifier starts with underscore, then it is private. Just I'm telling, if an identifier, any name or identifier starts with the underscore, then it is what's a private we can consider. But in general, in other languages like C, C++, Java, private, public, protected, internal, so many access modifiers are there. In Python, there is no such kind of access modifiers. Only by symbolically we can recognize whether it is private variable or public variable, or whether it is private method or public method, like that. We can identify through underscore only. Suppose let's consider this example. If this variable starts with double underscore, this is called private, we can call it as. Okay. If the variable is not starts with a double underscore, single underscore, that is called protected. If the variable don't starts with any underscore, this is called public by default. Public means no restriction, anywhere we can access this variable. Private means clear restriction is there on which class you declare private variable, on that class only we can use. But actually this is not right situation to talk about this private and public and protected. When it comes to object-oriented programming, I'll explain you clearly there. What is private, what is public and all. Just I'm saying, if an identifier starts with underscore, then it is private, we can consider. And rule number 8 is, we cannot use any keyword. We cannot use any keyword or reserved word as identifier. We cannot use any keyword or reserved words as identifier. That is for sure. Just now I discussed. Suppose def is a keyword to define a function, but you're using as your variable only. This is possible? Is this possible? No, not possible. So no keyword can be used as identifier or variable name like this only. These are the rules, 8 rules you have to follow must while declaring variable names or class names or function names or any name. If you provide in Python programming, that name should be under the limits of 8 rules only. Okay. Coming to the variables. So variable is also called as identifier or not? Obviously, every variable is called identifier because it's a name. But why variable specifically mentioned here? Variable is having its a meaning. Like in Python, every value is having its variable. And while declaring variables in Python, you need not to specify any data type, that you know that, because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Based on the value of the variable, data type will decide for variable only. And variable is a named memory location. Yes, this is the important. Variable is what actually? Named memory location. For example, a equals to 10 I'm taking. If I ask you where 10 value is going to store, you should say a. So 10 is going to store into the memory a only. So a is the memory location of this 10 only. So this 10 is going to store inside the a. So this is the variable name. So every value in Python is having its variable. So that's what this value is going to store into a only here. And while declaring Python, you don't specify any data type here. Int a means this is not valid expression in Python. So because it is invalid. Why? As I said that Python is a dynamically typed language. In statically typed languages like C, C++, Java, anywhere, this syntax will work fine, no problem. So this will not work, sir, here. And even then, if I give semicolon, will it work or not? Obviously, it will work. But in Python, semicolon is not required actually. Okay, we don't use. But even if we use also, it is not a wrong. It is correct only, because semicolon means termination, ending the statement here. Even you need not to use any statement terminated here, because automatically Python, once we jump into next line, the end line will be ended here only. Okay, so this is. So to declare any variable with clear specification you want, then better to use this is int underscore a. Int underscore a meaning is, it doesn't mean that we are deciding for a 10 values integer only. Not. This is totally one variable name. It is a valid expression. Okay, just for identification clearly. This is 10 value integer value. If you want to declare, you can. It doesn't mean that you are declaring integer data type for this 10. No. So this is not integer data type. This is combinedly one variable like this. So this is the variable location, and variable is having its own memory. And I'll talk about memory management later. And this value will be assigned to what variable? Int underscore a variable. This is the variable name. Variable is also called as identifier. While declaring variables, these all 8 rules you must and should be followed. And now coming to this multiple assignment. Multiple assignment means what's are in Python. Generally, this is what assignment? Single assignment, because we are assigning only one value to one variable. Now you can see this is single assignment. Multiple assignment is what you know. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables, and also multiple assignment is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. This is the, what we can say, multiple assignment concept in Python. We'll see both examples quickly. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables, and also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Okay, let's look into this. I'm trying to use a, b, c equals to 10. So at a time, one value I'm assigning to multiple variables are here. Got my point? Only one value is there, multiple variables I'm assigning. So print a, one value I'm assigning to multiple variables, print b, then print c only, finally. So let's run this. 3 values are printed or not? How it printed? Line by line. But can I make this all in single line by printing only one print function? Yes, it's possible, sir. Why not? A, B, C, it's possible to print one line only. And look at here, the output is looking like 10, 10, 10, but I want to provide any separator between 10, 10 like this. Okay. To provide separator for your output value, then there is a Python provides separator attribute. This separator, whatever you want, you can give this. For example, I want to give separator like colon. For each and every output value, I need to give separator like colon. Or else if you want to give any space or something like this, you can give space also. To give separator like comma, you can give comma separator, then it will work. So SEP is the separator. It is an attribute we can call it as. So many attributes are there on the flow. According to topic, we'll include many attributes in our upcoming sessions. So
Sir,
separator, yes, new line also there. I will explain you. Just wait. So to print a new line, then what we need to do here, you can see, even though when we try to print A, print B, print C like this. Print C. This is what new line only. But you are asking escape sequences like /n/t like this. That also possible here. Let's look into here. Escape sequences, how to do this. /n I'm taking, /n, then B, /n, like this. Then see, this is new line sequence. So what escape sequences are there? We can able to use this. This 10, 10, 10 like this only is there. So this is escape sequences. If you want to give tab spaces, you can give tab spaces like this. Tab spaces also will work out in Python to print this, how much tab space is there like this. So this is possible. Separator attribute also possible. But this is what single value we are assigning to multiple variables. But multiple assignment is the process of assigning single value to multiple variables, and also it is the process of assigning what? Multiple values to multiple variables. Let's see this multiple values to multiple variables. A, B, C, 10, 20, 30. Orderly it will arrange. Now I'm trying to print A, print B, print C like this. So how many values am I assigning? 3 values. How many variables? 3 variables. 10 directly goes to A, 20 directly goes to B, 30 goes to C. And even I'm printing one by one, but still my output should be in the same line only. How I can bring this output into same line in the sense, there is an end attribute is there. End attribute, end with space. That meaning is what here? After printing A value 10, I'm making some space with end with space. After that, B will be shifted into same line only. Again, after end, then C will be shifted into same line. So though I use 3 multiple print functions, but still my output should be in the same line only. To bring the output values in the same line, we can use what actually? End attribute only. So this is assigning multiple values to multiple variables and assigning single value to single variables, working with end attribute and separator attribute. And combinedly, if I want to provide end attribute along with separator, you can do it. I need to use end operator, end attribute. Again, comma symbol is required. You can use this comma symbol. And for C value, end attribute is not required because after C there is no value. So that's what I'm not giving end attribute for C value. These are the most important fundamental and very, very basic concept in Python. Before going to start logical programming, these you must and should aware rules and regulations. So that's the reason I covered in this session. Python indentation, comments, keywords, identifiers, variables, multiple assignment. These are the fundamental concepts clear. Okay. Yes, that's all about today. And if you have any question, you can feel free to ask me now. And in our tomorrow session, we'll go through operators and most important data types I'll discuss. What the data types are there and lot of data structures also there. All we'll discuss in our tomorrow session. Even you can join tomorrow at same link only, same time only. Okay. Yes. Any question, you can feel free to ask me. And this is the 4th session. Okay. And you can enroll for this course if you really wish to continue my sessions, my lectures, even only Python or Python full stack. If you want, and you can enroll it. And tomorrow I'll wait for enrollment process. You can complete it. And day after tomorrow, what I'll do, I'll collect your mail IDs from our Durgasoft. Once you are enrolled, then automatically your mail ID I'll receive. Once I'll receive your mail IDs, then I can share my video lectures from the starting to today till today. Okay. And also core Python PDF also completely I can send to your Gmail. So PDFs according to topic when I start, automatically PDF will come to your mail. So core Python completely, I'll send this PDF to you. Whenever I start advanced Python after a few days, then advanced Python PDF also I'll send. Similarly, when start Django PDF will come to you, and I also rest like that. So according to topic discussion, subject discussion, not topic, then rarely only I will send that material. You can able to follow that. And my video lectures completely downloadable. You can able to download and keep folders in your computer. You can access lifetime. No problem at all. And that's all from my side. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask me now. See you tomorrow at same time, same link only. And this link might be within 2 or 3 days, it will work, maximum that. Before that, you have to enroll that. After that, only enrolled students will get a link. That link will come from my side only. So once your enrollment process is completed, everything is in my hand only. Even I can organize the session, I can download the videos, I can send that videos to you. Everything I can manage from my side. Only for demo lectures. My team will be maintained completely. Meeting session started, session ending, all those things, they'll take care of that. That's it for today. Any questions?
Is that tomorrow is a holiday or something, but we do have a class tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, we do have a class, but I am free right tomorrow. Actually, my offline lectures and even online lectures are completely holiday, but this lecture I'm keeping because it's a new batch for me.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you can join. I'll take it, no problem. So it's around 9 p.m. No, it is 1 hour session. So mostly in India, according to India, that is end of the day, 9 p.m. It is okay, no problem. I'll join for that. So see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.